and welcome to Raz Reviews Spoiler Talk Edition. Today I'm going to be discussing Suicide Squad and I'm going to be spoiling it for those who haven't seen it. So if you haven't seen it, this is your official spoiler warning. However, if you've seen the movie and you want to discuss details, you've come to the right place. So it's safe to say that Suicide Squad is not quite the critical hit that Warner Brothers needed it to be. So now I'm going to delve deeper into the movie and discuss the things that I think really didn't work. One of the main things I didn't like about the movie was the villain. And now, since I can talk spoilers, I can tell you that the villain for the movie is in fact Enchantress. I really like the design of Enchantress in the beginning of the film. She had this smoky, black aura thing floating around her. She felt filthy and dirty and evil in a very cool way. I thought it was such a nice design. And the way that Dr. Moon transforms into Enchantress, I also thought was cool. And at some point, Enchantress herself takes over the body and she manages to escape and find a brother. And together they decide to take revenge on the world because they used to be deities, but now people worship machines, so they're gonna destroy all the machines and thus the world. It's as confusing as I'm saying it. The plot behind this villain, what she needed to do, why she was angry, why she wanted to rip the whole world a new asshole for some reason, did not make any sense. She was just pissed. As much as I loved the design and style of Enchantress in the beginning of the movie, is as much as I hated it when she turned into the big, bad, witchy thing. Her outfit was weird. She was dressed in some sort of belly dance thingy. She had this weird thing on her head that had eyeballs on it for some reason. Yeah, what's up with the eyeballs? Does anybody know why there were eyeballs on her minions and on her? Like, why? And also, what made it even more ridiculous is the fact that every time she talked, she did a little, like, belly dance thingy the whole time. Like, the whole time. Like, she never talked like this. Why don't you come with me? I will save you from your wretched life. It was really weird and awkward. Why was it happening? In the beginning of the movie, she had her hair down and she was creepy and weird, and she was like, and then suddenly she came. What happened? Who did this? I'm really surprised that nobody in the entire filmmaking process looked at this and went, guys, I think this is a little weird. Maybe we should not do it. Nobody said that? How is that possible? In a $175 million budget movie. Ow. I'm totally gonna dress up like her. Do you know where I can get a taxi? Another thing that didn't work, I thought, was the relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker. So this movie contains a lot of flashbacks to the relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker, and they try to show us how did Harley Quinzel become Harley Quinn. However, like I said in my non-spoiler review, the editing was really weird and choppy, and they never actually took us on her story or journey. It was just flashes. It was just like mini scenes that will pop here and there of her talking to the Joker, her being influenced by him, but we never saw how methodically he brainwashed her and turned her into a crazy person. The problem I had with these scenes is the fact that they didn't just edit the film badly. They edited the actual performance of the characters badly. So you'd have the Joker there talking and suddenly they cut him mid-sentence and go to him laughing hysterically and then back to him completing the sentence. They literally cut up his performance. It never made any sense. It just felt so rampant and chaotic, and it just did not sit well with anybody, and that's why we couldn't be sold on her backstory, which sucks because the Harley Quinn backstory is the most interesting thing about her. Another thing that ruined her backstory is the fact that they changed a very important element, which is the fact that she has an abusive relationship with the Joker. The Joker doesn't care about Harley. She's just one of his minions, one of his best minions, because he's manipulated her to be so loyal to him and obsessed with him that she would do anything for him. However, in the movie, they made it into an actual romantic relationship. They removed all the abuse, they removed all the neglect. They never really showed you that he didn't care about her. No, they showed you that he was trying to rescue her the whole time, which was kind of weird. The Joker would never rescue Harley unless it was really important for him to do so. The fact that Harley Quinn is so madly in love with the Joker, even though he treats her like crap, is what's so tragic about her character and what makes her so compelling to watch. And you always think that maybe this time she's not gonna go back to him, but then she does. And it's a commentary on all abusive and bad relationships where you try to get out and then you get pushed back into it, and it's just self-destructive, and it's fascinating to watch. All of that thrown out the window, and if you didn't know better about Harley Quinn and the Joker, you'd buy it. But if you did, if you knew the potential behind her character and what she could be, and you see that that was taken away and made into this shallow, two people just happen to care about each other, they just happen to be bad guys, it's just not as meaningful and effective as the original Joker and Harley Quinn relationship. This could be my personal opinion, but a lot of times I felt that Suicide Squad was trying to be the Guardians of the Galaxy of the DC Cinematic Universe. You know, you have this ragtag group of people who are selfish, who are out for themselves, but then they are forced together into a group and they have to work together and actually save the day. And they're all quirky and they have strange backstories and they're actually strange creatures, they're not all fully human. However, what Suicide Squad is missing is moments that exist not only in Guardians of the Galaxy but in most Marvel films, and that is breathing moments between the characters. What I mean is, in a lot of Marvel movies you'd have scenes where characters literally just stand there and talk to each other, actually converse, have a relationship, act and react to each other. Most DC movies miss those moments. Characters are usually just reacting to each other and reacting to things happening around them. They never just chill and have a conversation. A big example is in Guardians of the Galaxy, spoiler alert, for Guardians of the Galaxy, they develop this relationship between Star-Lord and Gamora. At some point, Star-Lord almost gives up his life or his freedom to save her. If you didn't believe that Star-Lord made a connection with Gamora and that he cared about her, you wouldn't believe that he would risk his life to save her because he's selfish and he's out for himself and he's a vagabond. However, there is a scene where they literally stand there and listen to music together. It adds nothing to plot progression at all. But that moment created so much connection between the two of them that later on when he saves her, you buy it. These kinds of moments are missing. They're missing from Suicide Squad and they're missing from other DC movies. That's why when Diablo at the end of the film just goes, "Hey, I lost my family once, I'm not gonna lose it again," you're like, what? It's because Diablo didn't have these moments with anybody. In the movie they tried to emulate that by sending the entire crew to a bar. Number one, that was weird. They're sent on a mission, there's weird creatures taking over the city, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna go to a bar and grab a drink. What? So after you get over the fact that it makes no sense for them to go grab a pint, you sit with them and you watch them interact. However, it's so chopped up and so rushed and so tiny because you have 5 people trying to connect. That amount of time would have been perfect if it was just 2 people connecting. For example, Harley Quin and Deadshot. Deadshot is given an order by Amanda Waller to shoot Harley Quinn and then he doesn't. And Amanda Waller is going to give him anything he wants. She tells him you can see your daughter, you can have less prison time, anything, just shoot her. And he goes, no. He just spent 3 hours with her. He's been trying to be with his daughter for God knows how long. If he had a moment with her in that bar, that entire bar scene was just the 2 of them connecting, it would absolutely make sense that he wouldn't shoot her. Even the breathing moment that they forcibly put in the movie was not enough of a breathing moment for all of these characters. If they had these breathing moments, if characters had moments of development, it would have made this movie. But they didn't. Speaking of wasted potential, you have a bunch of throwaway characters. Number 1, Killer Croc. Nobody talks about him because what are you gonna say? However, there is no potential wasted as much as the potential wasted with Slipknot. He's in the movie for 2 minutes. He shows up, and he's like, I'm gonna run away. And he like grapples onto a building, and his head explodes. That's it. It's so stupid. Another big question that I'm left to wonder is, why on earth is the group called the Suicide Squad? In the comics and the lore generally, they're called the Suicide Squad because they are handpicked to be sent on missions where dying is a very high possibility. However, because they are villains, they are perceived to be expendable by the government, and that's why they are sent on these suicide missions. Hence, they are the Suicide Squad. However, here, they're not sent on a suicide mission. They are sent to stop Enchantress with a bunch of army dudes. And at the end of the day, what took down Enchantress was somebody throwing a grenade at her. They were so forced to justify the fact that they were called Suicide Squad that Will Smith had to literally be like, what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? Come on, you cannot watch this movie and tell me you did not cringe when he said that. That's like Spider-Man going, look at these powers, what am I, some sort of Spider-Man? Guys, we really like justice. It's like we're some sort of Justice League. With this suit, I'm some sort of Batman. Like, what the fuck is that? It's so stupid! The reason they had to do that is because they never really made the Suicide Squad do a Suicide Squad mission. Why the hell is Harley Quinn with her bat stronger than a militia with a bunch of guns and grenades? Newsflash, she isn't! So the whole thing just didn't make any sense. I'm not talking about the good stuff because I talked about the good stuff earlier in my non-spoiler review, but it's just so much potential was wasted. However, at the end of the day, I will say that Amanda Waller's performance was really good. It's something that I should have touched upon and I didn't. I thought that Viola Davis really exemplified who Amanda Waller is. She was threatening, she was intense, she was mean, and she was a complete badass, and you knew that you should not be messing with her whatsoever. So I really liked her in the movie. When she talked, you knew you had to listen, and she gave this intimidating aura that I thought was really cool. All in all, the more you delve into Suicide Squad, the less you like it because the more flaws you encounter. If you want to enjoy this movie, you have to just watch it one time while you're eating your popcorn, not really think about anything, and just go along for the ride, then maybe you'll have a good time. A lot of arguments that I hear is that the movie was cut up by the studio and you should see the director's cut. Same kind of arguments I heard about Batman vs. Superman. But what I say to that is, I shouldn't work hard to like a movie. A movie should exist on its own merit. You see it from beginning to end. Whatever happens outside that frame, studio interference, critical approval or disapproval, money, it shouldn't matter. The moment the movie starts and you're in it and it ends, that experience should be how you judge a movie. You can't say, yes, but there is a cut, or yes, but if you watch it with a different kinds of 3D glasses, it's gonna be better. No, it should be judged for what it is. And I judge these movies for what they are, and they are just not good enough. So there you have it. That's what I thought of Suicide Squad after having to sit through it. What did you think? Did you like it? Were you disappointed? Did you not care? Was it a good ride for you? Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinions. And as always, please let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to review. And please share, like, and subscribe. And if you want, you can find the link for my non-spoiler review of Suicide Squad in the description below.